Hey everyone, welcome to the Matt Hilton Show. Thanks for tuning in today. If you're watching on YouTube, please like and subscribe to the channel. And if you're watching on the Facebook page, the Matt Hilton Show, please like that one too. And please leave some comments, share the show so that your friends can engage and be inspired today too. The premise of the show is interviewing fascinating people with inspiring stories, and today's guest is just that person. So she is an equestrian, and she's an Olympic hopeful. And so with that, I want to welcome Sara Toolin to the show today. Welcome,
Hi,
Sara.
Matt. Thank you so much.
And we do have a live studio audience. Y'all welcome Sara Toolin. Yay! Sorry, I had to coach a little bit to the audience because they haven't been here before. So, Sara, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you so much, Matt, for having me.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I hear a bit of an accent. So where's the accent from?
Do you think I have an accent?
A little bit.
Okay, well, I am originally from Italy. I've been in the United States for about 10 years.
Okay, what part of
Yes.
Italy?
The East Coast, yeah, on the Adriatic Sea, in front of Croatia.
Okay, that is one country that I haven't visited yet. I would love to go. So maybe you can give me some pointers on maybe some great spots to go when I get ready to go.
You should definitely go, and I will be happy to help you.
Yeah, fantastic, fantastic. So as in the intro, I said that you were an equestrian. So how did that start? Your love of horses.
Well, it started when I was 4 years old. I went to like a holiday with my family in the mountains in the northern of Italy, and they were like, let's put you on a horse. Let's just go on a horse. It's just a thing. And just I fell in love with the horse. It was amazing. You just like the connection with the animal, and they're so sensitive. They're so big, but they're so sensitive, and so it was really beautiful. So I asked my parents. I was like, I wanna ride horses. Is that a sport? Is that a possibility?
Mm-hmm.
And in Italy, you could start riding horses like a sport when you were 8 years old. And so I waited and waited until I was 8 to start riding horses, and then I quit everything else but horses. So,
Wow.
yeah.
So between the age of 4 and 8, were you involved in like different types of training and things of that nature to get prepared?
I was just doing different sports, but I'm not sure why. Now they started, opening horse riding lessons for younger kids. But before it was like you could start when you were 8 years old. And so I had to wait, and I would just, it was, yeah.
Yeah, counting down the days
Correct.
until you turned 8,
Correct.
right? Yeah.
Yeah.
And what was that like? Do you remember your first experience in your first sporting arena?
Yeah, I still remember the first riding lessons that I had, and I was fascinated, but I was a little worried about the horse because he was so big. And in the place where I started, I was 8. They didn't have ponies. They didn't have small horses. So they have like these big horses. And I still remember the first horse I rode, his name was Rambo. And I even wrote a poetry about Rambo. I was in love with this horse and just the feelings that I was
What color
having.
was he?
It was bay.
Okay.
Big bay horse, and
Right.
it was so gentle, so big and so gentle. That's why, I fell in love with them. I truly fell in love with them.
Is there a certain type of horse, breed of horse that you prefer to ride over others?
Well, definitely for my discipline, we have, I would say, warm bloods. They're horses that they're bred in Germany, the Netherlands, and so they're a little more sporty type, and they're the best for my discipline, that is dressage. But everywhere I go, I just see a horse, and I feel like a little child. I just love them.
I love the way you said that, dressage. I read, in some of my preparation, and I was like, oh, dressage.
Oof.
No, it's not dressage. Dressage. Okay.
Dressage is a French
So
word.
what is dressage? Can you explain that to me?
Yeah, so dressage is a French word, and translated in French, it means training. So it's the training of the horse. We need to build the horses, strengthen the horse, and make them relax. And we need to connect with the horse. So it's quite, we call it dressage is an art, because it's all about the strengthening and relaxation of the horse through a harmonious connection with the rider. So it's basically a little bit, ballroom dancing. So it's like you see the man that is always you don't even see the man because they just don't do much.
Right.
And then you see the woman that is doing these amazing things. So it's basically like that. So the rider needs to be the man, and you need to guide the horse and be very elegant and don't move much. And then the horse, you need to make the horse do these amazing and elegant moves. And by this connection, this fight connection that you cannot see, by moving your weight, you just make the horse do these amazing things.
So is a horse connected to one person, or can multiple people ride one horse?
Well, I would say that multiple people can ride horses, but it's like people. Every horse they have a personality. And so you connect better, maybe you connect better with me, but you don't connect so well with somebody else. So that's what it is. Horses, they have different personalities and different characters, and so they connect better with some riders than others. But of course, professional riders like I am, you need to be able to connect with all of them and understand all of them and understand their weak points and their strong points, and so try to make them just show their best and perform their best.
How do you know you're going to have a horse that is trainable? Have you ever experienced a horse where you're like, that's enough, like you are out to pasture?
Well, I can tell you that I usually get attached most to the horses that they're the hardest, because you need a lot more focus and a lot more work. And some of these horses that they're very strong personality, and they're the horses that they're more brilliant and they have something special, and those are the horses that will go far like the Olympic Games, for example.
Yeah. So, and we'll get to that in just a second. As we're talking about the horses, like I have 4 children, and people ask, like, who's your favorite child? And of course, as the parent, I'm not going to say that I have a favorite, like they're all my favorite, right?
Yes.
But your horses are not going to see this show. So have you had a favorite horse? And what made that horse so special?
So that's a good question. And I can tell you that every place I've been throughout my career, and in different places in the world where I've been, I always had that one horse that I connected the most. And usually it was the troublemaker, the one that it was the hardest, the one that it was complicated, and that not everybody could ride, that they thought it was untrainable, or so, because that was the horse that I had to really connect. And so I was spending time with them. And usually, through this job, in the different places in the world where I've been, I had to live on site. And so maybe at night I was going to visit the horse, and I was spending time with the horse, because they always say dressage starts in the stall. It's not about riding the horse, it's about connecting with the horse. So it's about when you prepare them, when you spend time with them, that's the time where you actually connect with them and you understand them. And yeah. So every place I've been, I had that one horse. And usually it's the one that is, the trouble child, I would say, the troublemaker, yeah. Because maybe I'm a troublemaker, so that's why.
It could be.
Yeah.
I don't know why I would say that, but I can sense that you may be a troublemaker. Yeah. So as you, started writing and doing all these things, like, where did you hope to go? Like, when you were a small child, did you think, oh, I want to be in the Olympics one day? Like, what did you hope to achieve from being an equestrian at a young age?
So let's say that I have a very competitive nature.
Okay.
So my mother, she wanted me to play a lot of sports when I was younger. So she wanted me to do volleyball and just play different instruments and everything. And one thing that I've always noticed is that I just wanted to be the best at everything I was doing. And of course, by doing different sports and different things, it was very complicated. And so whenever I found horse riding, I just wanted to focus on that. So I was playing professionally the piano, I was doing concerts, I was studying law, and I couldn't do a little bit of everything. I just had to give myself all in one thing to be the best at it. And so that's why the Olympic Games, because you live once, you know? And I feel like you just have to strive for the best.
Yeah.
And I love to win, and I love to challenge myself. And I know that it's not about winning against other people, it's about winning against myself. Did I give my best? So that's what I like. I always like to, you know, try to give my best, and you know, I have high standards.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. And you just, I don't know if you know it or not, but you just gave a great life lesson, and that is focusing on what you're passionate about. I see a lot of people, myself included, right, that we do this thing and that thing and this thing, and we're so scattered that we don't do one thing really, really well, right?
Yeah.
And it sounds like you discovered that, or did someone help you arrive at that decision of, you know what, I just need to focus on being a horse rider?
I feel like I've been very, very, very lucky, because since I was very young, I found horses, and I just fell in love with them, and I felt always at peace when I was riding horses. I felt always, you know, you had problems at school, you fight with your friends, and then you got a bad vote, and your mom is mad. But when I was at the barn, when I was on my horse, I was just feeling that everything was good. And so then I realized that, can I make this my job? Can I, you know, can I make a living by doing what I love? And, you know, I feel like that's something also that I would love to do. I would like to motivate, you know, young generations, and to achieve their goals, to follow their passions, to follow their dreams. Don't listen to, sometimes my family still, until 2 years ago, my dad was like, are you not going to finish law school?
Oh, really?
Yeah, and so I'm like, no.
Until 2 years ago.
Yeah. So it's not about, it's about what you believe in, and, you know, nobody else is going to tell you what to do on who you are. You need to understand who you are. You need to follow your dreams. And I always say, everybody, you live once. Just, you know, follow your passion and make it, you know, worth it.
I love that. And you say follow your dreams. Do you believe that there's a dream that is too big?
Absolutely not. Unless if it doesn't scare you, it's not a dream worth chasing, you know?
Let's talk more about that. If it doesn't
Yes.
scare you. So what would be scary about a dream?
It needs to
It's
make
not a
you...
nightmare, but yeah.
No, it just has to make you uncomfortable. If you say, you know, can I actually achieve it? Otherwise, it's just not worth. If it's easy, what is it? Everybody can do it. You know, you need to get out of your comfort zone. You need to sometimes doubt yourself, but realize that that's why you're gaining your confidence. Because otherwise, if you stay in the average, it's just, you live once. Make it big.
Yeah.
Live.
You are speaking my language.
I love it.
And this is the reason I say it, because I started a nonprofit about 2 years ago, and it was about making dreams come true and being and realized for people.
Yeah.
Because people have quit dreaming. They have stopped believing in themselves, believing that this can happen because of the self-talk or how other people that they surround themselves with, right? You surround yourself by positive people, you're probably going to be more positive, right?
Yeah.
If you surround yourself with negative people, you're going to be a negative person, right? So it's important who you surround yourself with, right? And so I love hearing you say that pursue your dreams and get out of the comfort zone, do things that most people wouldn't do, right? And where did you get that? Is it a grandparent? Is it your parents? Like, where did that come from?
You know, if I have to be honest, I thought about it sometimes, you know. My mom, she's a very, you know, strong woman, but she made a difference in her community. She grew up, you know, my mom, she had me when she was 42. you know, so
Okay.
she had me late, and she's from the 40s. And she grew up, she was a woman, and in Italy, the woman just doesn't work. So you have to raise your children, take care of your husband, and take care of your house. And I felt a little bit of her frustration, and in, you know, just be who you want to be, and be independent, be an independent woman. She had to go to the hairdresser. She always had to, my dad always had to be behind everything. So one thing that I promised myself, and I promised her, that I was going to be an independent woman. And, you know, I was going to take care of myself, and I was going to, you know, be able to achieve what I wanted to do without the help of anybody.
And when you had that conversation with your mom, what was that like?
Well, she supported me in everything since the beginning.
Yeah.
She believed in me, and she believed in my dream, and she did everything she could to support me. And she's very proud of me right now.
I'm sure she is.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
And that's why, you know, I just want to be an inspiration for a young generation of women, that you got this. You know, you can be whoever you want.
Yeah.
You don't have to, you can ask suggestion, but you know who you are. You need to believe in yourself.
Yeah. And we're all individually and uniquely created,
Yes.
right? And I'm a believer, right? So I believe that God has placed a dream in my heart, just as He's placed in your heart. And it sounds like you're following that dream and you're living your dream, right?
Yes.
So as you've created such an amazing business, and your facility is in Princeton, is that correct?
Yes.
All right. And I know where Princeton is. It's just east of McKinney.
Correct.
There we go.
Yes.
I lived in
45
McKinney for 12 years, so.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's 45 minutes northeast of Dallas, downtown Dallas. So it's about 15 minutes east of McKinney.
Okay.
The name of the business is Fortebella Equestrian. Fortebella because with my business partner, Kelly Hammett, we decided to give it an Italian name to make it a little more attractive.
So what does that name mean?
So Fortebella, it means strong and beautiful. Kelly, one day in the car, we were looking at properties. She asked me, Sarah, how can you say strong and beautiful in Italian? And I said, Fortebella. And so that's why Fortebella
that's what it
Equestrian.
is.
Because Fortebella is the place where we nurture strong and beautiful relationship between horses and people. And we inspire women and young athletes, and you know, to be strong. You're beautiful, you're strong, and you can achieve whatever you want. You need to believe in yourself. And the horses sometimes give you the confidence, makes you feel stronger, make you feel more confident in yourself. And so
And how long has that business been around?
11 months.
11 months.
It felt like years,
wow.
but it's just
That's great. That's great.
it's only been 11 months, and
Okay.
I feel like we've been doing a lot, but we have a bucket list full of dreams and goals and vision, and we want to make a difference, and
So
we
what
want
do
to
y'all-
help people.
And what do y'all offer there? What type of services?
So we offer horse riding lessons, and I train horses. So for somebody that is a little bit more into dressage, so we have a training program. So I train your horse, and I train you to help you achieve your goals in competitions. And then we're also starting to do bespoke experiences. So if you don't want to have anything to do with the horse and come ride the horse, you just like them but you're afraid of them, you can have your bespoke experience and your luxury picnic with the horse in the background in nature, and just recharge and have a wonderful experience with your partner, with your family, with your group of friends. We do photo shoots, and we do productions and venue rentals, so birthday parties. So just everything that it's connected into just having a wonderful experience in nature with horses, and to create great memories.
That's great. That's great. What's on the bucket list? You mentioned a bucket list with the business. So what are some of
Yes.
your bucket list items?
So definitely the biggest bucket list item is competing at the Olympic Games.
Okay.
Yeah.
And that is going to be you?
That is going to be me.
That is going to be you. Yeah.
Yes.
So what does that look like? I mean, do you have a coach and a trainer and all the things, or are you doing this on your own?
No, you cannot do it by yourself. You know, all these big dreams, you always need a team. You need to be humble, and you need a team behind you to support you. And you know, there's so many different pieces of the puzzle, and you need to put them together. You need a big team, and so the team is the most important part. So also includes the horse, and because it's not a sport that you do on your own. It's a combination horse and rider. So the horse definitely, it's very important. So, but yeah, the Olympic Games, and then.
Now, which Olympic Games?
Well, I was trying to qualify for Paris of next year.
Okay.
But, you know, it didn't happen. But sometimes you need a little setback in life to regroup and realize the pieces that were missing and what you have to do. And so 2028 is going to be LA. I'm going to
LA.
be there.
Okay.
I will invite you to come watch.
Oh, please. I would love to. I would love to come to Princeton and see what you've got going on there, too. Yeah.
But definitely we would love, for me to go to the Olympic Games. That's definitely my biggest life dream. And making Fortebella an Olympic Equestrian Center. So not only a place where you can come and have bespoke experiences. And I would love it for one day to be, you know, in Italy we have these beautiful places where you can have a weekend and you can have a retreat with horses and a beautiful fine food and wine. And so that's something that I would love. I envision with Kelly, we envision for Fortebella, but to be an Olympic Equestrian Center where we have a lot of education. We have trainers from all over the country and all over the world to come and teach clinics and, you know, new generation of athletes that they strive to get to the top and be the best and help them achieve their goals.
Are there other places like this throughout the country that you know of that train people to
there's a lot of
participate
places
in the Olympics?
Well, there's definitely a lot of places. There's not a place focused on that, but there's a lot of trainers that they come. I would say mostly in Florida, the Wellington area. There's a lot of, they call it the small Europe because all the best trainers and best riders, they go there. But yeah, Florida and California, I would say that they're the biggest ones. But there's a lot of great riders and trainers all over the country. So
Sure.
Yeah.
And what sets your equestrian center apart from others?
Well, what it sets it apart is, you know, I'm from Italy. And so in Italy, we love life. We love people. And we love to share. And we love to share in front of a good glass of wine and some good food. So that's something that we want to do at Fortebella, a place where you can train and you can have high standards and high goals, but you can also come and have an enjoyable and you know, wonderful time with horses, with the bespoke experiences, and recharge. So health and wellness, that's something that really what would set us apart from the normal equestrian center that you have around. A place where if you don't want to be an equestrian, but you just want to come and recharge and just enjoy horses, just viewing the horses and just recharge from your busy day life, you can come over 45 minutes northeast of downtown Dallas and you feel in an oasis in nature with horses, with just elevated experiences.
Yeah, fantastic. So if people just want to, like myself, just want to come and have a riding lesson, I could do that?
Please, absolutely.
Okay. Great,
Absolutely,
great.
yeah.
And have you visited Main Gate there in McKinney? Have you heard of Main Gate?
I think it's a place where they do therapy riding.
It is.
Yeah, I heard that.
Yeah.
I think so. Yeah.
So it's an amazing place. And when I was in McKinney, I supported their nonprofit for a while. And I know some people who have children who go there and ride their horses. And so I didn't know if that maybe was another like a bucket list item that you have. So
it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to, you know, but as you know, nonprofits take quite a bit of time. So, So we need to set up everything and have the facility ready in order to start a nonprofit. So, but that's something that we would love to do, because helping people give back, helping people through horses, that's something that we would love to do. People, and also people with special needs. So when I was in Italy, I was helping kids, and just seeing these kids laughing and feeling, maybe kids that they were not able to walk on their own, but just seeing them on a horse, and then see that they were feeling independent and they were feeling strong, and their smile, that was, feeling your heart. So, yeah.
What a wonderful cause, what a wonderful business. Like, I'm excited to hear what you've said today. And I wish you all the best in that and your endeavors moving forward, of course. And you said something earlier as far as being you, like identifying who you are and being you and embracing that, loving that. How would you encourage young women and even young boys, like if they feel this dream or this longing or whatever it may be, right, that they're wanting to pursue, but maybe they don't feel like they have the financial means, or they don't have the support of people in their lives, or whatever that may look like, what would you tell them?
Follow yourself. I don't know. I was thinking of something. If there's a way, how do you say that?
There's a will, there's a way.
Bravo. Sì. If there's a will, there's a way. If you believe in something enough, you're going to find a way. Mm-hmm. Otherwise, you find an excuse. And excuses, we don't like excuses. Just a waste of time.
Right.
And you just have to believe in yourself. Just don't worry what people tell you. Because when somebody tells you cannot do that and you don't feel good about it, that that's not the right person to be around. And that might be your family. Sometimes that's the hardest part. That might be your family. So I'm not telling you just to drop your family, but just maybe you need to change something in your life. Mm-hmm. That doesn't mean that you need to hate somebody. I don't believe in that.
No.
I just believe maybe get out of the way a little bit so you can focus on yourself. You can get out of that situation. I feel like changes are the hardest thing, but they're the most important things. A lot of times we have to face a big change, and we're comfortable in our routine, so we don't want to face the change because the routine is more comfortable. But if we need the change, that means that after is going to be better. The change is always hard. After is going to be better. So listen to yourself. Sometimes we always ask for suggestions.
Yeah.
We have everything inside.
Yeah.
We have to listen to ourselves. We better than anybody else know what makes us happy and what we need. We just have to learn to slow down and to listen to ourselves.
I'm so glad that you said all this, because today I just posted a little 1-minute video in my office talking about all the change that has happened in my life over the last month. And it's tough sometimes, right? And I was in a class not too long ago, and the instructor was talking about life, and life is like a song. There are high notes and low notes, right? And they blend together and form a great harmony, right? Could you imagine having a song that was just a high note, like your alarm on your phone, just incessantly beeping? And no, that would be annoying, right?
Yes.
Or a song that just had low notes, right? I mean, that would just be kind of depressing almost, right? So you have to have that blend of the highs and lows, and you also have to have the pauses. So, and that's just taking time to reassess, breathe, and just reevaluate like what's going on. Like you were saying, like maybe there are people in your life that aren't supportive. Okay, it doesn't mean you have to cut them out completely, but maybe you just don't talk about what you're doing with them, right? Yeah. Just like at family gatherings, Thanksgiving just happened. People don't talk about religion and politics typically whenever they get the family together, right? Because it doesn't turn into a great discussion.
Yeah.
Right? So I appreciate you saying that, because life is like a song. And growth happens the most in those valleys.
Absolutely.
Right? So what valleys have you had? What valleys have you experienced along the way? Is there one that stands out in your mind?
When I came to the United States, probably that was the hardest time, you know, because it's very different here, the culture and everything, and I felt very lonely. And but then I just had to, you know, I saw this high of America, the land of opportunity, Wonderland. Let's go. And then I'm here, and I'm a very social person. Everybody that knows me, I love people, and so I love friends, and I love hang out. And here, I just it was really hard for me. So see how different, not bad, but just how different the culture is. And so I couldn't find friends, and I had a hard time. And I'm not a person that can make small talks. I hate small talk.
Right.
And so the only people that could connect, they were like people that they were maybe 30, 40 years older than me. So at the beginning, I had a little bit of, I had to adjust a lot. But at the end of the day, I realized that the most important person that I needed to have by my side was myself. So I started to get to know myself a lot.
Right.
So I would say that it's in the low that you learn the most. So something that I would tell people, just don't be afraid, you know, of making mistakes or just falling down, because those are the moments that build you up the most.
That's right. That's not a failure.
No.
No, the failure is not trying at all.
No.
Right? So.
And I think, you know, one other thing that to me is very important that I got to know, it's you got everything that you need to be who you want. You don't need that person. No, you don't need to be in that spot. You need that money. You don't need. You can be who you want. You need to believe in yourself. You'll find a way. And and since I realized that, I found amazing people in my path, and you know that I can call friends. And
well, and when you get to that place, it's like you start attracting people. Correct. Right. And so
law of attraction, like how do you call it?
Yeah, law of attraction, exactly. But people just start coming into your life.
Yes.
Right? And I love that. And if people would embrace that and not be afraid of it, because there will be some time, as you experienced, where it's lonely.
Oh, yeah.
Right? And the loneliness is what scares people.
Yes.
And they're like, I don't want to be lonely. And so then they start making exceptions and compromising. And not being true to themselves.
Yes.
Yeah.
But you need to understand what's the type of compromise that you can get. Because sometimes you take compromises that they're too high.
That's right.
And so that's tough.
Yeah.
That doesn't lead to something great. But it scared people to be by themselves, and it was scaring me being by myself. I always had to ask somebody, but if you think why does it scare you to be by yourself? You need to know yourself.
That's right.
So.
Because at the end of the day, if everybody else was to go away, it would just be you there.
Yeah. You need to be your best friend.
Yeah.
If you're your best friend, then you're going to realize which people around you, they can be your friends.
Yes.
If you know yourself.
And if you love yourself, you can love others.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah.
How can you don't love yourself and expect everybody else to love you?
Right.
So you need to be your best fan and
that's right.
And partner.
I told you the 40 minutes would go by so fast. We're already done almost. So tell me about the boots.
Yes.
So I asked you to bring an item that brings you joy.
Yes, because now you see me with a nice dress and my heels. But the thing that brings me the most joy is wearing my boots, believe it or not. I feel like myself. And so these boots took me to the United States. And every time I wear my boots, I just feel home. I feel like I'm in my place.
Right.
Everywhere I am in the world. I'm in America, I'm in the Netherlands, in Germany, wherever I am. If I wear my riding boots, I feel home.
That's great.
So.
That's great. Thank you for bringing that and sharing that with our audience today. Yes, thank you. See, I didn't even have to coach them. That's awesome. Okay, so I'm going to wrap it up with a few questions real quick, and then we'll end our time today.
Okay.
So going back to the nonprofit, these are 3 different pillars of where we grant dreams. So the first one is there a living person that you would like to meet? If so, who?
A living person.
Who would you like to meet?
I don't know why, but since I'm here in Dallas, I would love to meet Mark Cuban.
Okay.
Yeah.
You hear that, Mark? We can make that happen.
It's a great entrepreneur that I've been following, and he believes in sports and nonprofit, and I just like his charisma, and I like his personality. He doesn't care what people think. He's just himself. I love that. Yeah. And that's what I want to be. I don't want to, because I'm in front of a camera or because I just have to be a certain way. I'm myself. You either like me or not. So, so that's why I like him. But yeah.
All right. Is there a place that you would like to go in the world that you haven't been yet?
I've been lucky to be in a lot of places. I love just the beach, so I don't know, maybe the Caribbean. The Maldives.
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 Okay.
Let's go to the Maldives. Yeah. Yes, I need to relax.
There we go.
Yes.
And last question, is there an experience you would like to have? Like jumping out of a perfectly good airplane, or is that it?
Did you read my mind?
No, I'm evidently.
Yes, that's in my bucket list. I would like to jump off a plane.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
That's
well, I know a place not too far from Princeton that does that.
Okay, wonderful.
So
put me in contact with them. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's go.
All right. Fantastic. Well, Sara, thank you so much for being here. It was such a pleasure to hear your inspiring words that you shared with the audience today, and those that are tuning in. And you are such a special gift to people, and I just wish you all the best.
Thank you.
And I look forward to seeing how Fortabella flourishes, and how people will be impacted by what you've created. So, thank you.
Thank you. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Yes. All right, everybody. Today's guest again was Sara Toolin. Thank you so much for tuning in. Again, like and subscribe to the YouTube channel, and like the Facebook page, The Matt Hilton Show, and share and comment, please. We'd love for you to share this with your friends and family as well. Until next time, next week, tune in because we'll have another interview with a fascinating person with an inspiring story. Take care, y'all. Bye.